And here we are, the tree of us.
The tree of us.
And now, wait a minute. It's the four of us.
Hey, there's Chuck. Hey, Chuck.
We made it.
Welcome to June's Espresso Mail Call, where we all drink espresso and act like we know what we're talking about, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. But welcome here. We're going to have, of course, Mark Andrews already has affected me, as you'll see later on, but we're going to open up some rabbit holes for you guys. I'm Joe from Anachronic Comics. Welcome again to this month's Espresso Mail Call. Immediately to my left, I've got Mark Andrews, live from the Mark Andrews Comic Book and Geek Off Museum, or whatever you call it there, Mark, up there in the hinterland of Canada. But welcome, Mark.
Popular culture, maybe?
Popular culture? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or stuff? Or
Comic and Popular Culture and Stuff Museum. Okay, got it. Very good. And just making it under the wire, terrific comics and pop culture, Chuck Hensey. Chuck, how you doing tonight, Chucky?
Doing great. Good to see everyone tonight.
You got a lot of energy, Chuck. Your last text didn't seem like you would. Have you taken of the espresso?
No, but I got the adrenaline pumping running in from the car and getting all the lights on. So we're good. We're good.
All right. And then the one, the only, the voice, Steve, the voice, White Walker. How are you, Steve?
G'day.
G'day. All right. So we've got some books for you tonight, and I think it's going to be kind of cool to see the books and see what we got. Usually it is anyway. So do you have any volunteers for going first? Mark, thank you for saying that you would go first. I really appreciate it.
Yes, always ready to step up and go.
Now, we're doing one or two?
One. You want to do two, you can do two. I'm doing one.
No, we're doing one. Okay.
I mean, I'm happy to do
no, one's good. I will try not to disappoint. So starting right off, because I didn't want to feel bad and being left out. And also I wanted you guys to see that you do make me spend money. I found this.
Get out.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. He's part of the club, Joe.
Radio Shack. I couldn't believe I found this. This was in an antique mall in a long box that had nothing in it, but this was there.
Well, we're gonna have to get Radio Shack T-shirts now. I think.
I think so.
With a 9-volt battery.
That's right.
Yeah. Full of battery.
That's a cool one.
That is a cool one because that one is different from the ones that we have too.
Yeah. This one's not even in Go Collect.
No,
I can believe that.
I wasn't able to find mine either.
So it's electronics. It's
the Science Fair story of electronics.
That Chicago's Traveler from Spaceship. Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
1984, spring and summer.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Canadians were the first in space.
Yeah.
It depends on how you define space.
Well, we had an arm on there. We built an arm for the shuttle.
So I got to go to a couple of toy shows. I got to go to a couple of antique markets and stuff. Since I've seen you fine gentlemen last, and with my nephew Justin, we had a hoot and just found some cool stuff. I was really happy about finding this.
Oh,
nice. Ooh, very nice.
Yes.
Do you dare enter the house of mystery?
100 pages too.
So that one, yeah, I just went. That's pretty cool.
Hey,
So,
Doug.
and Chuck might like these.
Uh-oh.
I got.
Close your ears, Chuck. Close your eyes and close your ears.
I got my hands on.
Aha, yes,
Ooh.
indeed.
Oh, that is cool. Adventures in Sorcery.
Love that
So,
green on
Chilling
it.
What's
Adventures.
interesting, and Chuck would know this, Chilling Adventures of Sorcery. This is from Archie Publications.
Oh, is that it? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, but then issue 6, it turns into Red Circle
Red
Sorcery.
Circle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And Red Circle is all by itself, but they maintain the numbering cycle. There's only what, 9 or 11?
I want to say 9,
11.
but I could be wrong.
I think it's 11.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then it's Red Circle Sorcery, and Gray Morrow is the guy behind this.
I love that cover.
Isn't that a
nice.
cool cover?
That's a
Awesome
wonderful
cover.
cover.
Yeah. So
Man.
it's only 11 issues, and it's from 1974, so they're not too old. I found 3 issues of it.
It's really
Oh,
nice.
another wicked one too. I
Yeah,
like
the
I like
Headless
whole little
Horseman.
circle thing.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Excellent.
Pretty happy with those. And then digging down a little bit deeper, hit another couple of booths, and this fella had this in for Weird
Oh, yeah.
War issue number 3.
What
When I was
issue
a
is
kid,
that?
unfortunately, some of them didn't survive my move, but I had a lot of those Weird War ones because it was
I've
science
got a bunch of
fiction
them,
and
too.
war.
They're good. What number is that one?
Yeah.
This is number 3.
Holy crap.
Ooh,
Yikes.
mama.
Racier ones.
Ooh, mama.
Oh, that's got that great trade dress on it too.
Yeah.
Not just the giant numbers, but with the way the weird is taken care of.
Yeah.
Awesome design for the first 5 or 6 issues of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah,
one's well loved,
I
too.
was pretty happy with this. This one has a minor split right here in the seam.
Okay, I'll take it, Mark. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Well,
it's
and that's
horrible.
the reason why this was a lot less than what it should be. So I was pretty happy with that. And then Chuck, you'll like these. I found these from in Brantford, actually at CapCan, which I've talked about before. This one is issue 3, and the other one is 1968 as well from Atlas.
Sweet.
That's very groovy.
I've got that whole series. That's an awesome. That's so awesome.
Cartoons,
Yeah.
gags, and jokes.
Yes.
So
It's
it's
Marvel.
still Atlas, right? Instead of Marvel.
No, it's Marvel at that point. It's Marvel. Yes. I love
So
our beatniks there.
Pretty happy finding those. And then at the one toy show, I'm just flipping through books, and I was very, very pleased to find that.
Oh, cool.
I loved that show when I was young.
Perry Mason, yeah.
Perry Mason. There's only 2 issues of Perry Mason in the Dell and the 4-color series. This is issue number 1, and then there's issue 2. So I got to find issue 2 still.
Mark Andrews is not a collector. We keep telling you that. He runs the
Oriented.
museum up there.
I do. And then just I got into some magazines.
Uh-oh.
Sweet.
So the first one is just because this one Joe got a hold of before I did when I was visiting him.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
I love the Doc Savage.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
What number is that?
The
6, I
magazine
think.
series.
Number 6?
I like it.
Yeah.
This is issue number 2, 1965 of January.
Okay.
Warren Publishing. Monster
Monster
World.
Very
look
cool.
at the monsters.
Now I'm looking.
Now
for
wait a minute. Were you an Addams Family person or a Munsters person?
I am both because
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
No,
As I
it's
was
got to
about
be
to say,
one.
Issue 9 of Monster World is the Addams Family.
I
Yeah.
don't care about that. I want to know when you watch the shows,
Yeah.
which one was your favorite?
Both. He just said he loves them both.
Okay, if I go in order of favorite, I have to say this was my favorite, and then Addams Family.
Yeah, you're right. It's the Munsters.
There you go. Correct answer.
No, it's all right.
And then I found this one. Now this is 1978 winter. This
How
one
high?
is not that old, but Fanfare Magazine, they did some really cool stuff. So they got the animated Lord of the Rings that they covered, and then Rosetta. And there's an article in here and pictures and stuff showing a lot of Frazetta's album covers and his movie posters.
That is cool. Look
Which
at
is
the
very
ships.
cool. It's a
Who's the singer?
like
Who's the singer with the chicks over there in the?
Those look
yeah,
like
that's the
Vipers from
Battlestar
Battlestar
Galactica
Galactica.
one.
It is. It's conceptual art, I think.
Yeah, conceptual
okay.
art for Battlestar
I see now.
Galactica.
Yeah.
They asked him to do it, and he did it, and then they went, "No, this is supposed to be a kid show."
They're knocking it out of the park, though. I love that. That is a cool rendition of it.
Very nice.
And despite that, they still hired the actress for Cassiopeia. That was even though it was a kid show.
Absolutely. Then
And Jane Seymour.
and this one's not that old. This is Famous Monsters 277, but I had to grab it because it has one of my favorite movies of all time, which is Young Frankenstein, which has, like, you can't. That's the best.
Hey, Jerry.
Very cool.
So then, this is kind of cool. What happened? A guy walked into my local LCS, and he had about 22 magazines that he was unloading. So I got a chance to go through them. I bought 4 from my buddy Charles, who is a local dealer who works through the LCS. And this is Erie number 12.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Oh, look at
It's a beautiful looking book, too.
And it's a gorgeous, these are really nice, Chuck.
Wow.
But I mean, it's
clean.
classic, the Mummy.
Wow.
It's so cool.
Choking
And
that guy out.
one of the, and Chuck, you'll probably correct me on this, but I think probably one of the most, other than the Frazetta covers, probably the most sought after and interesting Erie cover is Erie cover number 25.
Yeah, that is one of the
Very
most
nice.
sought after. That's gorgeous. That's your classic Gothic art with,
That's
of
amazing.
course, Bill.
Yeah, his name is right by my fingers here.
Yeah.
Steranko. This is the only Erie cover that Jim Steranko did.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
I love the juxtaposition of the
Oh,
woman in white
This
with the
is
tree in the
such
back.
a cool cover. Like the ominous guy coming through the mist, she's caught in the wind and scared and hold, like, it's classic. And Steranko only did one cover for Erie, and this is it.
That's
So I was
lovely.
pretty happy about that.
It looks nice
Oh,
copy,
yeah.
too.
Very nice.
And then the other 2 books that I bought, and I really want to give you an idea of what they're like. So this is
Web of Horror.
Web
Okay.
of Horror.
That is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
There are only 3 issues of this,
Skin eaters.
and this is 1969. Bernie Wrightson, one of his first interior arts, is in here. Like his
Amazing.
very first one was in House of Mystery 179 in 1969. This is 1969 December. And he did some of the interiors. Now, Web of Horror was major magazines, and this is the nice thing about them.
Oh, beautiful.
sweet.
Yeah, Virgin on the back. I like that.
That's
And
awesome.
They had if you'll just bear with me, they had in all 3 issues.
Oh, they got a poster in it.
No, it's if I can find it quickly. They had an art contest where they left a space
Oh, wicked.
nice.
Oh,
You can
that's
draw
cool.
in there.
and you could draw in, take this out of the centerfold, send it in for a competition.
Wow.
Well, that's really neat.
Yeah.
I wonder
So-
who won that one.
Yeah, and because it was only 3 issues, I don't know who won or if anybody even did it.
Well, actually, in that one, it said, "Find out who won in issue number 4."
Exactly. And then I'll take it out. This is 1970 April.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
This is
That's
Bernie
cool.
Wrightson's very first cover in comics.
That's
Really?
amazing. Yep, I remember that one.
Wow.
And again,
Oh, wow.
There we go.
Nice, very
Cut
nice.
that
And
one
that's
out
in
and hang
great
that on the
shape
wall.
too. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think that whoever got this read this. Now, Bernie Wrightson also did the centerfold to do the contest.
Oh, wow, another one.
you see, I don't know if I could draw after looking at the rights and stuff. I'm not sure I'd want my little stick figures to
No kidding.
distort the image or anything.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
box of crayons. I don't know. It just won't look right.
So I was pretty happy. I was amazed because there was a bunch of eerie books, some creepy books, and then these two books. And I went,
Wow, that's
yeah,
amazing.
okay. So anyway, Bernie
Fun
Wrightson's
one to
very
go with.
first cover art that he ever did. He was 22 years old.
22, huh?
22.
Just a baby.
Mm.
Just a baby. And those are my picks for
I love Bernie Wrightson, man.
this show.
That's fantastic.
Mark, those are really good books.
Yeah.
Are you running out of room in the museum?
No, there's
No.
never enough. You can always extend, expand.
Expand. Like there's an entire 2 more floors up there. Come on.
Oh, okay.
That's
I thought
right.
Your wife was letting you expand into the living area.
Yeah, well, I don't think I can.
That she
Anyway.
doesn't know about. It just slowly creeps
It's
in.
just he's gonna creep.
Yeah, mission creep is a deadly
That's
thing.
right.
All right,
Right.
Chuck, you want to go?
Sure thing.
You good?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I got to go to Heroes Con last weekend.
Oh,
Lucky.
Doc.
Lucky, don't rub it in.
Well, it's the advantage of living a 2.5 hour drive away and
I know,
having
right?
friends you can stay with. So, you know,
Yeah,
that does make it a tad bit more affordable. Got to meet a bunch of great people in person, which was a lot of fun. I only actually had one day at the con. So my pickups are nowhere near as big as they could have been because, you know, limited budget and limited time. So I was very thankful that actually my wife is more thankful about that than I am. So, but
Besides, Dope bought all the books anyway within the hour.
don't even get me started on what I've seen some of the other guys show up with. So I did a Steve White thing and I got some signatures.
Yeah.
I'm not normally a signature guy, but I had 4 people I targeted and I got signatures from 3 of them. And the other person, Gary Conway, had a line that was so long that
Oh, I bet.
I'm not even messing with that. So, hey there. So we start off. I went to see a Bronze Age artist, silver Bronze Age artist by the name of Joe Stainton, was there, and he did a lot of stuff in the 70s and in the 80s. I went specifically to take some of my Charlton books to him because I'm weird. Had a great conversation with him, super nice. So we've got a signed Space 1999 one.
Ah, nice.
Oh, nice.
Look at the placement too. I like that.
Oh, he was great with the placement. Signed Space 1999 too.
It's like he left the space there specifically for that.
Well, I was really impressed. He really knew where to sign it. Had a great conversation with him too. Super, super nice man. Also got a signed $6 million man from him.
Nice.
Or at least
Very
got him to
nice.
sign my $6 million man. So
Yeah.
Did you brought all those with you, or did he sign them?
I
You
brought
brought
them. I brought those. So yeah,
Okay.
these are all out of the PC. So
Very nice.
also there was Dennis Cowan, who has done just so much incredible work.
Yep.
I've completely forgot about his work on the question. Otherwise, I would have brought my question 1 with me. Completely, utterly leaped on it, which has no excuse. I did remember his work, however, a milestone.
Yeah.
And so I got him to sign my Static
Nice.
1, Platinum Static 1.
Nice.
Nice.
And had a great talk with him. He was so excited to see this book. Just loves this character. I mean, just you could see how proud he was of it. The last guy I went to see was a guy named Ronald Mann, who probably a lot of people don't know. He was an independent creator in the late 80s, early 90s. Was an editor for Malibu Comics for a while. He edited The Protector and The Ferret, and you hear people on the internet talk about The Ferret. He edited that book. The first series he did was a series called Cat and Mouse, which had an initial 1-issue release here.
Wow. That's a cool cover.
And he was very excited to see this book because he'd been telling the artist beside him that he actually proposed to his wife in this book. And so if you read the letter column, his wife apparently was his then girlfriend was his copy editor. And so he slipped it in after she proofread everything, where he asked her to marry him. And they're still together apparently 35 years later. So
Woo! Yes.
Amazing.
he then went over to Aracel and this is the series that I got introduced to, Black and White, and it ran 19 issues.
Yep.
It's a fun. Hey, Brian, and I got to see Brian, which was great. So that was awesome. This is a really fun series if you've never read it. It's set in New Orleans. I happen to be living in New Orleans at the time. That's how I got introduced to it. It's a really cool black and white series. It's very 90s. I will just warn you ahead of time. Early 90s, black and white. But it's fun early 90s black and white. So those are all my signatures.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I went around and looked for books. And I had 4 big books I was looking for, and I found one of them.
Nice. That's
Because, I like obscure stuff. So I'm going to save that for last and just show some of the other stuff I got, like a Hong Kong Phooey.
Oh, right on.
Number 1 super guy, right?
Good old Carlton.
You can't go wrong with that.
Nope.
Hong Kong boy.
Working on my Star Wars run, 1 book at a time.
Yeah.
Brian just finished his at the con, so I've got about 8 more issues of mine.
That's not bad. That's doable.
That's good.
It is, and they're all cheap issues too.
Good.
I've just got to get off my bum and get them issues. Picked up some more of my crazy romance covers.
Wow.
Yep.
Look at that.
I'm going to have a some sort of a video thing or some sort of audio every time you show one of these romance things to have like this thing going on.
I got those sound effects on my phone.
We got one more here. That one's not as crazy though.
No, it's not.
So
not quite, but some of them are pretty cool. Chuck,
well, some of them are just like super cool, and then there's some that are just like, okay. And here is the other one that came with it.
Ooh,
I love the art.
The art. That's very cool.
Wow.
Yeah, the art is just amazing, and they were kind of a little discounted from what's on there. So,
and they looked at each other with a passion that can only be said to be.
This is the late espresso call, by the way, just for those you all
from the Twilight Zone.
And I got all those bundled together because I got a big book off his wall, one that my wife appreciates.
Yeah,
so that was on my read.
That's a good book.
Yeah.
Man, there's only 6 of these.
Of that book, Chuck.
That's pretty.
There are only 6 of these, and they just all the covers just pop, and they really.
I know. Look at that.
And outside of it missing this little bit in the bottom, it's in great shape. It was a fun read, and I love the juxtaposition of her and the wanted poster.
It's perfect.
Now we know where Days of Futures Past got their cover from. They ripped it off from this thing.
Well, we do, and that's okay if you're going to steal,
Yep.
So I get 3 more of these to track down. So I now have my rabbit hole to get. So that's okay.
Nice.
I found a Mark Andrews book, sort of. I didn't know they made this, but it's a treasury. So I've got to find the other 2 of them now.
Oh, right on.
Oh, nice.
Look
the
at that
Flintstones. Apparently, there is a Yogi Bear Easter and a Laugh Olympics treasury out there, which I did not know about. So we'll probably see them on a pickup show in the next couple of months because now I got to hunt. So,
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones.
Here we go with the back cover. So
very cool.
You can hang that
so
up.
That was really neat. Okay, I didn't mean to take so long. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try and speed up.
It's fine.
No,
just a little bit here.
Good.
Grabbed a Walt Disney Comics.
Yep.
Damn.
A nicer.
Nice old Dell.
Yeah, it's about 5. But it, the Mylar makes us all look good. So
of course.
Mylar makes everything pretty.
I should put my stuff in Mylar then.
I was thinking of putting myself in.
Here we go.
Ghost Manor.
Yes, Manor. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice higher
My
grade.
horror.
So that was really cool to find. I was really happy to locate this.
Yeah, they got some wild covers in that Ghost Manor.
Yeah,
they do. From the same guy.
Oh, 100 pages. Nice.
There we go.
Nice 100-page detective.
Only 60 cents.
Yep.
Yeah, I wish that's what he charged me.
That's what Mark
might need to scoot the zero over. You might need to scoot the decimal point over a niche or 2. And also,
that's nice.
Here we go.
That Detective Comics.
Another Detective Comics.
Yep.
And then there was the last one I went to because I've been looking for my 4 keys. And the one I was really looking for was the Space Adventures 33, which is the first appearance of Captain Atom. And apparently there was one there the morning I got there, and then by the time I got to that particular booth, it was gone.
Yeah.
I think it was the only one anybody had. Now I'm really glad it went missing in some ways because I found out what the going prices were for it later on.
And the wife wouldn't have been happy with you.
Yeah, the budget would have it would have been a one book show. It would have been a quick show.
Yeah.
However, I was talking to another dealer about it, and some of the other books I was looking for. He said, "Oh, I've got 2 copies of one of those books you're looking for. Thumb through my stuff while I go look through the trade I did earlier." So in thumbing through his stuff, I found Forbidden Mansions. Got a little bit of a deal on this price too. 5 through 14.
Oh, nice, Chuck.
Wow.
And yes, they're in Mylars and they look good. I gotta tell you, they look good out of the Mylars too.
Nice.
Copies, eh?
They're
Really
very,
nice.
they're very,
That's
very.
such a good- That's
Wow.
such a good series.
It's a great read. It's a good series, and we know what's going on right now with all the Bronze Age horror.
Oh yeah, I know it's going crazy now.
Yep.
That one especially.
Wow, I've never heard of this one.
So they did the Dark Mansions of Forbidden Love.
Yep.
Before this, which went 4 issues, and then it sort of transitioned over to this title, where they got rid of the more gothic stuff, and they just transitioned into the pure horror.
Yeah, just straight horror.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Look at that cover. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a good series. I so
How many
like
did you say there were, Chuck?
It goes from 5 to 15.
11.
So I've got to get 15 now. See, there you go. Exactly. Yes. And then he pulled out the big book. He said, "I just traded for this." The guy had no idea what it was. It was a Copper Age magazine, a bronze Copper Age magazine. I've got 2 copies of it. And so
What'd you get?
I've now finished my
you-
run
I
of
hate
Atlas
you.
Comics.
Very
Yep.
nice.
2 of those.
Gothic Romances.
Wow.
This
Nice.
book is so hard to find.
Very, very hard to find. That's on my that's on my look for list.
Oh, damn. I wish I'd known that. I would have picked up the other one. And yeah.
And charge you double for it, Mark.
That's okay.
Trust me, these are hard enough to find that, yeah.
He had 2.
He had 2. He had this one, and he had a copy that was in VG shape.
That's okay. VG's fine.
I-
But
well,
holy cow.
That was my, and I quite honestly, I would have bought the VG one if my budget had been tighter, but at that point I hadn't found anything. So I got this one. And this is VF minus VF.
Nice. That's such a hard book to find.
Yeah. I'm just thrilled. It's a great Neil Adams cover.
Yep.
It's got Howard Chaykin story and artwork in
Who
it.
publishes that, Chuck?
This was Atlas Seaboard from the
Yeah.
1970s.
That's Atlas Seaboard.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
That is
And-
such a hard book to find.
So that's my Heroes Con pickup right there.
That was
So-
you did really, really well.
You had a
Nice
fruitful
So,
day.
yeah.
Chuck.
Phenomenal.
I had
A very
fun.
fruitful day. Excellent. Wow.
What'd they charge you for the signatures?
They were so Raul Man didn't charge me anything.
Beautiful.
I think he was so thrilled somebody knew. Honestly, I think he was so happy that people were coming to see him. Thank you so much. Joe Staten was a donation to one of the comics charities, and then I think it was like $10-15 for Dennis Cowan for the book.
That's good.
That's
so
not
So
bad.
no, they weren't expensive at all. So
Yeah.
Not bad.
all
That's
right,
awesome.
It's good.
so that's me.
Steve, you want to go? Or you want me to go? It's up to you.
There
my
we
friend.
go.
Oh, you want to go bad? You want to go? You want me to
It's
round
up
it
to
out?
you.
No, I don't care. If you want to go next,
All right, I'll go next.
because I got a huge stack. So
All right, so that's, in case I fall asleep.
Imagine
let me
that.
I'll just end it out.
go. All right, so I've got a few books here. The first one I wanted to show, I was not at Heroes Con, though. Depending on what happens with Florida, maybe I'll see if I could make it up there, next year, and I could sleep over at Chuck's friend's house.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Make it a sleepover. bring your sleeping bag.
I did pick up
Oh yeah, you got that book. the
on
Hero-
DJ Lynx's site, and I think he brought some back.
He did.
The OG cover copy of the art book for Comics Curing Cancer, and I have to tell you, I mean, it's really a terrific book. I'll just show you the centerfold here.
Oh yeah, the artwork.
Yeah.
I really like It shows the kid being treated, and he's reading, I guess Captain America that's there. But the cover art was by Jesus, what the heck was it by? Oh, by David Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed on some of the videos that they had different covers, including some metal covers and all that they sold at Heroes Con, and they all sold out at Heroes Con. But he did say that he had a few more of these left. It's limited to 300.
Nice.
Okay. So I'm not more he has left. I would go to DJ Lynx's YouTube channel and check that out. He probably has a link to his store if there are any left. So, but it's really worthwhile. All the money, it's not super expensive. All the money goes to Comics Curing Cancer. It's a preliminary to their October rush that they have. And so I think it's, they're starting to add up the amount of money that's there. So it's really quite cool. So who's joined? Oh, Chris Bigger has joined here. Even Mr. Andrews, driving home and listening. Okay, well, thanks for coming up and listening.
And the other thing is, be happy that I'm finished talking. So.
Yeah, he already talked, so you're gonna have to watch it on the replay, Chris. This other one is kind of an interesting one. It's a Kickstarter. I've been picking up a few of them here and there. Some of them from people including like Brian, LCS, and the Doctor, and all that, which I think I showed last time. Let's take this tape out. But this is one I forgot to show it last time. The reason I picked this up, it's by a fellow by the name of Grant.
Cool. Beowulf.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the Beowulf you're thinking of.
Not the one from DC.
No. Basically, you see the cat there. Here's the cat. I was watching. Excuse me. I was watching a YouTube channel where he came on and was kind of talking about this, right? And there's the back, and there he is over there. And basically, his cat. And let me see if I can find the page real quick. This is a compilation of Beowulf 1 through 6. And the story is really about a young girl whose cat starts to talk to her because he's a reincarnation of a wizard. And there's a dragon that's been awakened by some miners, and they need to find a champion, a reincarnated champion from the Middle Ages, when this wizard was actually a person, and kind of reconstitute this champion, show him who he was, and have him defeat the dragon again. Actually, it's a pretty good story. It's not bad. But the thing that got me was that this cat was his. If you look at this cat, notice the cat's eyes. One blue,
one green.
All right.
That cat was his cat who had passed away. And so he put that cat in, and here's the picture. Now look at this cat. Look at his cat.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
One blue and one green.
Anachronic.
So the story kind of got to me. So I didn't know if the book itself was going to be any good. And he had gone through 5 copies, and number 6 was coming out. And he was doing that. But he had this saying, look, if you haven't seen the other ones, I've got the, kind of the trade for it. So I went for the trade. It's actually a pretty good story. I'm glad I got it. And it was just kind of an interesting thing. And it just caught my eye, and it's one that I picked up. I don't know if it's still available. If it is, I would suggest that you might want to take a look at it. It's not a bad story. It's a pretty good story. And it's nice because of the cat. Now, this is not a rabbit hole for me, Mark. But
that's step 1 of the 12-step program. We don't believe you.
Yeah.
But I happen
to admit you have a problem.
I happen to see this at the store.
Yeah.
And I forget how much I paid for them. They're about maybe they're fine, 6 or 7, something like that. But I just love the covers, and I remembered you had a bunch of these. I think it was you. So.
Yeah.
There we go.
See, Rob, it's Robbie the Robot. How can you say no to that?
Yeah, I was going to say, Robbie's awesome.
When I saw that, I said,
iconic.
oh, man, it's Robbie the Robot. I got to pick this one up.
Yep,
100%.
absolutely.
Like, look at that.
So-
And there's hardly any issues in that run of Famous Monsters. Like, there's only, 200, 300?
Yeah, something like that. I got a bunch.
Few.
Yeah, how many of these are there? I think I wrote it down somewhere.
I got all the Battlestar Galactica.
191.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's all. Okay. Well,
That's
Well,
it.
no,
Oh,
because
it's very doable.
when you get into this volume, it's 200. This is issue 277.
Yeah, that's what
Perfect.
they went. They reissued. They
Yeah.
started over again.
Like Mark says, very doable.
Yeah,
Very
and this is
doable.
like this one is number 133 from April of 1977. I think at this point in time, he might have. I don't know if he was reprinting the 1960s ones at this point in time. So
Maybe, but I mean, that's a
it's
classic.
still Robbie.
Yeah, it's Robbie.
Yeah.
100%.
then I picked up one more, and I'll tell you why. This is number 104 from January 1974.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that
Now,
one's
I haven't looked
look at
inside yet,
that.
son of
but I
psycho.
will tell you,
Now that's cool.
there was a movie.
Frankenstein 73. Robbie the robot.
There was a movie that I saw as a kid that scared the bejesus out of me.
Yep,
It was called The Fly.
Yep.
absolutely.
You remember
Mhm.
that? The
Oh,
guy
yes.
invents this machine where he puts things in there, and they come apart in pieces. Then it goes back together.
Yep.
He decides to do it to himself, and when he does it to himself, a fly goes into the machine with him. And when he comes out, he's like part fly, including the head, and part human. You know, and it scared the friggin' hell out of me as a kid. So this just reminds. I don't know if this,
part where the guy's going, "Help me,
help me.
That's
He
right.
gets
Yeah.
stuck-
The,
that's right, he
the
gets
human
stuck
brain on the
in
fly.
Yeah, on the
The
fly.
fly comes out with the human head,
Yep.
and when he flies around, he gets stuck in a spider's web. And at the end, he's going, "Help me, help me."
Yep.
I mean, I was getting chills thinking about it now, and I'm like, 74 years old, but I'm saying, that's good. So I saw that, it just reminded me of it. I said, oh, I'll pick up this one too. I don't know what's inside, but I'll eventually read it and then see. So anyway.
That's like my dad telling me about him seeing the Dorian Gray movie in 1954, 1955, the one Angela Lansbury got nominated for, I think, an Oscar for.
Uh-huh.
And or it was one of her first film appearances, and how that absolutely just terrified the daylights out of him. So
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, that and Rod Serling and some of his stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Rod Serling.
I used to get stuck.
Yep.
If I was inside by myself, I'd be like this watching the TV and thinking, can I run across the hall to my aunt's place without dying?
Yeah.
Scared.
That's wild.
Anyway.
I loved horror
Mhm.
movies as a kid. They didn't scare me, though.
Yeah, you didn't have older brothers and sisters that used to wait in closets and fall out in front of you pretending they were dead.
All right. And I did pick up, I got a pretty good price on this. That's why I got it. And it's in the CBCS magazine.
Ooh,
That, which is,
Ooh.
God,
much
this thing
better
was-
Oh,
taste.
look at that.
Oh,
Very good.
wow.
So now I
Nice.
just need number 4. And I got all 8.
Wow.
And normally I don't go for them, like this, but I think this was really cheap. I forget how much comparatively. In other
Yep.
words, it was probably
Yeah.
in the $40 range, and that's how much it would cost to get this done. And it's a
Yep.
7.5. It looks nice.
Yeah.
You
That
know?
is nice. And
The
those
only thing is
cases
I'll
are
have to
much
get
better.
a beat up copy so I could read it, but
Yep.
But so I got this. So I'm only need number 4 now.
Nice.
Number 4, and I
Put
got
it on the
that.
Christmas
Great.
list.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff. Yeah. But this, I did. People were saying how great their magazine things are, and I'm saying to myself, my God, this thing! It just look how thick it is.
Yeah.
It weighs a
It's
ton
robust.
too. It's really
Yep.
quite good. Now, I think people who watch me know that I've been slowly but surely, without really going crazy, trying to collect some of Kirby's DC stuff. Like the Demon, because I had some from when I was, younger. Demon, Forever People, New Gods, Commandy, that type of thing, right? And so I realized to myself, you know what? He had a 8-issue run on Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, including that's how he kind of got his New Gods thing started. And of course, there's the 133, is it, where Darkseid is on the TV set? It's just like his first cameo, whatever you want to call it, appearance.
Yeah.
And so he had a story that went through that. There was 8 issues. And so I happened to come across this one, and I know the Newsboy Legion, which he had put together for, I guess, whatever DC was called back, National, whatever, back in the day. He brought them back and Jimmy Olsen was working with them during this run. And so I picked up this one. This is number 136. He did 133 through 139.
Damn,
And
that's
then
cool.
Okay.
141.
Love
know?
those yellow covers.
Cool.
Right. The other thing about this that intrigued me, and I decided I am going to do a video on it. Matter of fact, I started putting it together. If I can finish it tomorrow, I might try to record it and do it. If not, it'll come out next week. I went through, after I saw this, a lot of Jimmy Olsen in the 50s and 60s, a lot of them in the 60s when I was collecting them. Jimmy had a lot of transformations. You know, he became different things. Like Elastalad was one of his significant ones. And when he became the Turtle Keiju, those are probably the two of the more significant ones. But I decided to go through some of the online stuff and count how many transformations he had. I could be off, but I counted 42.
That's not surprising. Yeah.
I don't know that I had, this is in the 50s and 60s too. So starting like in the late 50s. So I don't know if I have any particularly, but I decided to go through each one of them and pick out 10 that I liked. I kept it to 10. I could have went 12 or 15, but I kept it to 10. So I'm going to do a video on it, just on his transformations. This is not one of the 10, but any event, it just kind of dawned on me when I saw this, and I said, let me pick it up. Let me start looking for some of these, and I'll pick them up as I go along, and get it. Of course, Hulk is going to beat Superman. He's the Hulk.
Of course he is.
It's Kryptonite Man.
Yeah, he was
Right.
Kryptonite, and you're right. You're right. That's why he's able to beat him up. What's this? I
Or
need that
the
comic book.
Green Giant.
Oh my God. Jimmy Olsen was settled to gamma rays.
Yeah.
All right. So that's one. Now, the last two I have are really significant because, as you know, I've been trying to finish my run of Justice League of America Volume 1. And so I was down to needing 3. Number 60. Oh, geez, what was it? I forgot. 64, 68, and 75. So I got 2 of them. I got number 64.
Oh,
It's
nice.
the first
Cool.
of the new Red Tornado
Yeah.
Any
Mhm.
comes in, and it's part of the crossovers, which I really love. Okay, this one was not super expensive. It's not bad. It's probably, what did I write down here? It's probably like a fine or a fine minus. So it presents pretty well, So that was good. All right, and the other one I got, probably not as good, but in the neighborhood, was Justice League of America number 68.
Sweet.
With this
Very
appearance of
good.
the Amoeba character here, this is his only appearance. It's from some sort of other dimension or world or something
God
like
damn,
that.
look at Batman's face. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, if you look at him, I think he does some kind of like strange, I don't know if it's in their minds. It's Chaos Maker. What was his name? Nevermore or something like that was the name of this.
The Chaos
movie.
Maker.
And they drew him, the bad guy, the same way in every panel he's in?
That I don't know because I haven't looked through it yet.
Because if they did, no wonder he only appeared once. Look at all the crap.
Yeah.
Tremendous amount of work. You need like rubber stamps to make that thing work.
Well, they probably did do it all the same way throughout, and you're right. Maybe that's one reason why. Let me see if I can
A 1
take
and
it out and
done.
take a quick look and see here.
Or they had him like transform into something else there in the book.
Let's see.
He might.
Well-
I think he transforms at some point. I don't remember.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they did kind of draw him like that. And then they
Yeah.
kind of cheaped out where they don't show a whole picture of him, just little bits of them.
Yeah.
See, the artist went, "Oh shit, I bit off more than I could chew here."
Yeah.
Here's where
Holy
it comes
crap.
back from whatever dimension there.
Wow.
So
Yeah, that would take a bit more time than you'd want.
yeah, so the only one I have
Yeah.
left now is number 75, which is a little bit of an expensive one if you want one in decent shape, because it's the first appearance of the Dinah Lance,
Mhm.
the new Black Canary, the daughter of
Yeah.
Dina
The original one, yeah.
Lance? No, Dina. I
No.
forget whatever her name was.
Anyway.
And so it's the one that has her leg like there
Yeah.
and so talking and stuff like that. And so that's a little bit more expensive. Doug is asking a question. That's the only one I need, Doug, is number 70. Did I say 75? 75.
75, yeah.
Now, I do have Brave and the Bold number 29 and 30, which is their second and third appearance. I do not have Brave and the Bold 28, their first appearance, because I'm paying off this house in Cape Cod right now. God willing, if I'm around in another year or two and I could get some money together, I'll probably be looking. I mean, if you get like a 1.0 or 1.5, you're in the 1,500 to 2,000 range already.
Yep.
So
That's
I'd like to go
crazy.
maybe a little bit higher if I can. So I'm going to collect some money together, and see what I can get together, and then maybe go out there, because I think I would like to get number 75, obviously, and then get number Brave and Bold 28. I have like some specials. I have all of the 80-page giants and stuff like that. So that'll complete that whole kind of Justice League of America run. So I'm very close to that. Very close. Yeah.
Nice.
That's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah.
No,
that's-
it's not
that's
older
a lot
than
of
me.
books.
Seth, not older than me. Sorry. You're wrong on that. I'm much older than that.
Significantly older.
Much. I didn't say significantly. I said much older.
Easy, Steve.
Mhm.
Easy.
Steve,
And
you
you're
have
still
a go ahead,
Blanchard.
right? I mean, let's see. How do I get rid of Steve? Remove.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can just
And
push a
then-
button and he just disappears. And that's all the time we have tonight. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. See ya. Y'all have a nice day now.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say Adam's Family for the win.
I knew you had to get that in.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Sic Gorgiamos Allos Subjectatos Nunc. We
Oh,
gladly
wow.
feast on those who would subdue us.
yes,
That's the Adams Family
Mhm.
credo.
that is the Adams Family credo.
There you go. So I didn't get a whole lot of stuff in. So I am going to go through my stack of books for Fan Expo this year that Mr. Andrews and I are going to wander around, and he's going to try to spend my
When
money.
is it,
I'm going to try to
Steve?
spend his money.
When is it?
Mhm.
It's in August, the middle teen somewhere,
Okay.
but I can't wait for it. It's going to be
It's
fantastic.
the weekend of the 23rd, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of August.
There we go.
All right then.
And boy, oh boy, they've got some good people showing up this year.
Yeah,
Jim Lee's going to be there. So that's going to be cool.
yeah. It's
But
always
another
crazy
cool
when
artist
he's there.
that I like, and he's probably going to be a little pricey, but you know what? I don't care. David Finch. So David Finch is going to be there.
There
So I'm
you
going to
go.
bring my Batman
Mhm.
Yeah.
numero uno. So we're going to bring that one. And also one that I already had, Jed McKay has already signed this. Got his picture on the back. But
Yeah.
also I'm going to get, oh God, now I'm going to ruin his name. Alessandro Capuccio. That's the artist. And David Finch did this cover. So I'll have 3 signatures on this book.
Okay.
And
So
3
that's gonna-
pictures.
And then I'll have my pictures, yes, of course, because that's most important. Is taking my shots. Then another guy, Jason Aaron. Now he's already signed this, so I'm just going to get him to pretend to sign it, because I had Hayden Sheridan already signed, because this is actually a weird ash can, because the opposite side is the Absolute Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So you have Absolute Superman on this side, signed by Jason Aaron, and then the other side, Hayden had already signed it, but I said, well, I want your pictures, so pretend to sign this for me. So he pretended to sign it. I snapped
So if anybody spies this from Steve, you've got proof of fraud right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, look, he put pen to
forever on
paper. It was still his signature.
So you say.
So I say, and I got the photographic evidence. It's right there. Look, see, that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
book.
yeah,
He's got
yeah,
a
okay.
picture.
Okay.
He's got pen to paper right there.
Yep.
So he did a good job of that one. And I'm going to get him to sign the A cover. And I think, I grabbed the B cover because I really like this one, like the negative space. I usually don't go in for them, but this one was so cool looking. I had to grab that one up.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's
So
going to be a good cover.
what's the budget on signatures this year?
after David Finch, that'll be the end of the con. I don't know. I'm going to bring a bunch of books, and we'll see what happens.
So you getting this time, Bug War?
That's also Jason A.A. Ron, because he did this one, and he also did Punisher. Right?
Yeah.
So
There you go.
bring those ones with me.
See, Steve, that's why I only brought like 6 books, because that way I wouldn't be tempted to spend all my money on signatures.
Yep.
Steve,
And luckily,
Steve brings
most of
a
these
small
guys,
suitcase.
I know. Like it's I can't buy too much because I'm too busy carrying this stack with me.
Most
Now
of them
I see why people
don't
have
charge,
carts.
as long as you're not getting it, graded. Most of them don't charge a lot for signatures.
Yeah, it's between
except for Steranko.
Oh,
$5
yeah.
and $10.
He charged me $50.
Yeah,
and
like
he wouldn't let me
most.
take a photograph of him or with him.
Yep.
I asked his handler, would he let me take the photograph? He says, nope.
That
If
one
you can
was,
ask him, he'll say no. Doesn't do photographs.
I think it was $20 for the signature on there. Joe Salakroop.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was the most expensive one that I did at the Comic-Con.
Yeah, and you get some freebies. Some guys will just sign it for you for free.
Yeah, like
You
James
do.
Tynan will do like 3 or something for free. Like some of these guys will do a bunch for free.
Yeah.
before they
For
start
some
charging.
reason, the guys with Ghost Machine really like Steve, and they gave him a whole bunch of stuff for free.
Yeah, there was the dude down there. Yeah, and you know what? My last book, I won something, and Mark had one of these books at the con. And I didn't get one, but now I won one, so it's perfect.
Oh, there you go.
It worked out.
I won one of yours from C3 last year
That's right.
with the photographs in the back and all that.
Yeah,
Nice.
and then and Trev got the other one. He got the GI Joe #1 that I had sent in too. Yeah, so Cody Ziegler had already signed this one, but now the artist is going to be there, Federico Vincetti. So I'm going to get 2 signatures on this one. So I'm going to get all of the books signed that I did from the last one, because this was from, when was this? Toronto Comic Con day 1. So I got that one done, or will get that one done. And this one here is a bit of a sore spot, because I promised this one to Rob Fatstacks almost a year ago. Still hasn't got it to him. But you know what? I might as well just get the second signature on it before I do send it out to him.
Yep.
So it will
That's
eventually
right.
get to him. But now it'll have 2 signatures. It'll have Cody Ziegler, and it'll have the artist as well. So that's perfect. And then, of course, my #3, because this is #3. This is the 1 in 10. But I have a graded one of that now.
Nice.
And then a Martin Simmons is going to be there. So we're going to do some Department of Truth. I think this one is which one is this one? This is the L cover. This was that secret weird one that had Lee Harvey Oswald on the cover.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So that one was I got lucky. I found this one on claim sale for like $2. And you look on my comic shop for this one, it's like $20-30. And then another gentleman named Dan Slott is going to be there. So Dan Slott, I'm going to get Edge of Spider-Verse. That's a cool cover. This one, which I've actually enjoyed this series now. It just came out, Superman Unlimited. Pretty decent series. So I'm enjoying that one.
So you know what? If you just give me your list and all your cash, I'll go pick up all the books you're looking for while you get all the signatures.
That's it. I don't really have a list for stuff that I'm going to be, This is an
just
old.
give me your cash and I'll buy stuff I think you'll like.
Oh, I see. So it'll be like
That works
Grimm's
too.
Ghost Stories and some horror. Yeah, this one's going back in time. Silver Surfer 1. This is volume 5, I think. And then I'm going to get him to sign this one here, issue 11, because that one's a key. Got that weird planet that makes everybody feel funky. And it's a cool cover, too. And then we got Marco Cinchetto. I'm butchering these Italian names.
I'm not saying anything.
Yes, you are. Your body language is just screaming, Joe. You're grimacing. You're making faces.
He zoomed in the camera is what he did.
Is that the correct pronunciation? I don't know. Cicchetto? Cicchetto. We got to have the flavor. And then we've got David Messina doing Ultimate Spider-Man. So he's going to do this one, which is issue 11. So we get different ones. That one's cool because that's the first Black Cat, Ultimate Black Cat is in that one. And then we got Chris Condon. So we're going to do Crypt of Shadows. And again, I don't know what these guys are going to charge, but I'm going to bring a bunch. So
I think you got to bring
It's a nice one shot there.
Yeah, that is a good one shot.
That was a really
actually good read too.
And this one will be a double one. This is Chris Condon and Alessandro Cappuccino. If I said that, probably not.
Just say cappuccino and let it go.
Cappuccino. It's Cappuccino and Chris Condon. This one too.
I see Jerry unsubscribing right now, so you know. It's...
Cappuccino.
All right, you have to do Italian lessons. Let's start off with A E I O U.
He's got the A part down.
Yeah,
I can't speak about the rest of them.
A.
And the last couple here, this is Moon Knight. I already got this one signed by Jed McKay, done in silver down here. And then I'll have Alessandro Cappuccino there. We'll be doing that one too. And also
his mother's going to be upset with you.
You're spending so much time with him, you need to get the phonetic spelling for us. So, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know these names are terrible. And then the cool one that I won. So Ghost Machine, every week they do this contest where you got to do the 3 answers that they post these questions from different issues of Ghost Machine books. You type in the answers and then you throw a person that hasn't subscribed to it before, and you can possibly win something. So I won a Rockefeller's ash can signed by Jeff Johns, even though Jeff Johns doesn't
Very
even do
nice.
it. It's Peter Tomasi that does this one, but that's okay. I like my. So next time I see Jeff Johns, I'll have to get him to pretend to sign that so I get a picture too.
What a fraudster! Did you ever think that Steve was such a fraudster? God.
Yeah, it just
Now all the other ones where he has pictures, I now realize it's a crapshoot.
They might not be
It's a
legit.
reenactment.
it's a reenactment.
Are they legit? Or are they not? You'll never know.
I'll never know.
But I do.
Yeah, but CGC won't know. That's the problem. You see there. You know.
Yeah.
Exactly, because they'll just do verified. It's all good. And that's my big stack.
That's it.
That's
the
quite
one-
stacked.
Oh, yeah.
So my
Not too
mission for Fan Expo then is to be with Steve for only one guy signing the books who happens to be Italian. And the first thing I'll ask him is, how do you pronounce your name?
No. You got to take a photo. You got to take a video of Steve saying,
Exactly.
Announcing the guy's name.
Mr.
Hey,
Cappuccino.
Mr. Cappuccino, can you sign this for me, please? Thank you, Mr. Cappuccino. You did a
Yeah,
great
he's gonna
job.
upcharge you just
love
for
your
that
book.
right there.
And you'll be like, get out of my booth. It'll be like the soup Nazi.
So
No signature for you.
Come next year, okay. My house in New York is going up for sale on July 1st. Hoping for a quick sale. Hoping to be able to move into the Cape Cod house within a month or so after that. So what I'm hoping is that all things settle in by next year. And at that point in time, I'm not even going to New York Comic Con this year because I won't be here, you know? So New York Comic Con is probably gone for me. That's basically it. So I'm going to look for different places to go. So I don't know if, Toronto's a possibility. Obviously, Charlotte is as well. Charlotte, I probably can drive there. Not a big deal. If Toronto is in June, you said? August. So I'll be at Cape Cod then. So that's a possibility too, to drive up north. I don't know how long it would take. From New York, it used to take me about 10, 11 hours to get to Toronto. I don't know what it is from there. So those are two things I'm thinking about, possibilities as,
it's
cons
a lot of fun.
to go to. Now, of course, there's Orlando and stuff like that, but, I don't know. I think those other two would be nice because it's nice to see you guys. And it would be nice to see the guys that go to Heroes Con.
Someday for Heroes Con for me. Someday.
Okay.
I'm not sure we could trust Mark Andrews and his wallet at the Heroes Con though. I gotta tell you, man, it's amazing.
It's not going to happen. I don't
overwhelming.
think so. It's not going to happen. So, matter of fact, I'm not sure when I might go to there again or not. I mean, it would really mean driving in, getting a hotel, and the rest of that stuff, and I just don't see myself doing that, you know. But but you know, hopefully we can get together at some point in time anyway to do something. That would be really good.
Yeah, Heroes Con is on a bucket list for me. I might move my vacation around next year so I can drive down, stay for the weekend, and then come, like, take my time.
If either one of you guys are going to go down, let me know, because if I can then arrange for it, I will do the same. It'll be kind of nice to meet up there too, you know. And I don't know that I would stay for the 3 days, but you know, I think because of the trip, I'd stay 2 for sure.
Yeah,
to kind of make it worthwhile.
Absolutely. You know? Yeah, you need to make it worth your while.
Yeah. And you can't really, this is my second Heroes Con. The last one I went to was 28 years ago. So, but you can't really do it, especially if you're serious about getting signatures and stuff. You can't do it in one day. I mean, I spent 4 hours on the floor and
lineups.
I know was tired afterward, was really tired afterwards, really sore afterwards. But you know, I got a lot done. But
New York was the same. The first day I went around getting signatures, met some friends, things like that. At the end of the day, it was probably like 5 or 6 o'clock, and I was just exhausted. I went back the next day. Then I just went around hunting. You know, for that day.
That's when Mark and I hang out when we're doing the hunt, because he doesn't need to be standing around watching me just wait in a lineup somewhere. So I usually get there early. I do my signatures and stuff, and then we meet up, and then we'll go hunting for a while.
Unless, of course, he's standing in line, and then I just happen to be visiting him as he gets there, and then I just get
up 2 feet, and then
he just happens to wander over to, you know, the Golden Age books next door.
Look what I got! Look what I got! You can't move.
Look.
Well, it's kind of cool. I mean, down in Florida, I got to search around a little bit. They have one kind of small, you know, kind of a thing where people, you know, sellers come in. 2 years ago, I picked up a lot of good stuff there. Last year, I didn't manage to go to it. And then also, if you saw the video, I found that record shop that also sells comics.
Yep.
He has some decent stuff there, though. It's, you know, he claims he knows everything else, but he also told me that he sells kind of more middling graded comics at a flea market in the area, which I never heard of before. It's in Fort Myers, so it's not too far from where that record shop was. So I'd like to find that, because that might be a good place to find some good kind of mid-grade books, you know, which is kind of my bread and butter.
There's a couple of LPs, Joe, that I'm looking for, that maybe I'll give you the titles and see if you can find those.
We'll do that. I'll be going down there. If you let me know what it is, I can go. He says he knows wherever every LP is in that store. Which
there's a couple of them after.
One of his customers was in there and swore no, he actually does.
Wow, cool.
So
yeah, there's a couple that I'm looking for that you can't get up here. Like they never made it out of the States. So
yeah, flea markets are good.
Flea markets are awesome.
All right, so I think that was pretty good. Not too bad for people afraid of tuning in because of the rabbit holes.
A few rabbit holes. I am so envious, Chuck, that you found that still on my list.
I wish I had known you were looking for it, because I would have grabbed that second one in a heartbeat. So
well, if I go anywhere, I think if we go to different places, we should, you know, to tell people I'm going here. Yeah. And there's stuff that we really want, you know. We can tell people to look for them. It's just a text, you know, I found this for like $100 or something like that. It's okay. Yeah. I mean, that would be kind of cool, because it would kind of stretch out our ability to find some of the things we really want to find.
Yeah, exactly. Because I can't find some stuff. I mean,
I can't believe you can't find stuff. I'm just gonna say that.
He lives up near the Arctic Circle, so it's hard to find stuff up there.
Yeah, it's, you know, that's
why he's got 10 people that work for him.
Yeah, yeah. That was blind luck.
Steve, do you have anything coming up for you on your channel that we need to be, or on Gary's channel?
I'm always hanging out on Gary's channel, and sometimes with Trev on Wednesdays. And if he doesn't go on, I just go on live. Like last week, there he had some stuff that he had to do, so I just jumped on and did my voices choices then. But tomorrow I should be at Gotham Central Comics in Mississauga. They're doing a huge barbecue bash, and they have like 40-something artists there, including Jim Zub.
Nice.
So that'll be cool.
Cool.
I have cousins that live in Mississauga.
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 It's outside of Toronto, right?
Yep. We call it Missing Saga.
Missing Saga.
How about
I'm
you,
glad you
Mark?
know how to pronounce that.
Are you doing a 10-1-1 soon?
I'm doing a 10-1-1, but in August, first week of August, I think.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be a record 10-1-1. And it's going to be Frank Frazetta album covers.
Ooh. How nice is
Ooh.
that?
Wow.
Very good.
You have 12 of them, do you?
I have some.
Just
He
some.
probably has 30. He probably has 20.
You say
Who
all.
knows how
you should
many
be
of
done
them
with it.
were, how many were made? He's got them all.
Yeah.
Well,
That's right.
there were 50 made, but some of those are repeat pressings. But anyway, I
Got to
don't
get them all.
See,
I
There you
don't
You
go.
gotta
have
watch
them
the
all.
show to find out the history.
There you go. I'll give you the history.
That's right.
How about you, Chuck? You got anything coming up?
An unscheduled 10-1-1 with Gary. We're going to talk about 4-Color Comics, the 4-Color series from Dell. So
Nice.
we don't have a date for that yet, but that's on the queue at some point. So
Cool.
Very
Nice.
cool.
that'll be fun.
Yeah. So I'm working on a couple of different things. I mentioned the Jimmy Olsen whatever one. I'd like to try to just finish that off because I started writing it yesterday or the day before, I guess it was. And kind of putting it together. I have to get some B-roll out so that I can show the covers and things like that. If I can put it together, I'll try to get it out this weekend. If not, the DC Watch guys are actually getting back together.
Oh,
So we're gonna be doing a pre-Superman movie show.
We're
Nice.
getting geared up for it.
Where we're going to be basically talking about what our expectations are and our hopes are. And then once you all get to see the movie, we're not the type to say, oh, the movie came out today, so we're going to have the video out tomorrow. I'm going to see, both Chris and I are going to see the movie. We got tickets through Amazon Prime. So we're going to see it before its actual debut day of the 11th.
Ooh,
I'm going to see it on the
creepy.
8th. And my wife actually agreed to come with me. Can you believe
Oh,
it?
nice.
That means it's going to be this is the second movie she's agreed to go see, a superhero movie. So I have big hopes that this is going to be a good movie because that she says she's going to go. So as soon as that's over and we all get to see it, we'll do whether it'll be live or pre-recorded. We will do kind of our own review and our feelings on as we've done before. So I'm kind of excited to get the DC Watch guys back together again.
Nice.
And what else do we have that on Thursday coming up, I'm going to be on the 10-1-1.
Yeah, you are.
oh,
So I gave Gary a choice. He says, you haven't been on in 11 months. So I guess now it's a requirement to be on at least once a year. So he says, what do you want to do? I said, I have nothing to do. I said, let me think about it. So I gave him 3 choices. And he picked the 2 Cents collection.
Nice.
So these are the comics that I bought from my friend for 2 cents.
2 cents, yeah.
So I'm going to go through and pick out 12. I'm not going to do the Travato clause on this one. I'm going to keep it to 12.
You will not be able to help yourself.
No, I will. I already started putting my head together saying only pick
It'd be
12.
I told you so
Only pick 12.
moment happening. Oh boy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick 12. I got to figure out which one will be the story. I kind of have an idea, I think, but I'm not sure. And which one it will be my spec pick. That's a little easier, I think.
Yeah.
okay.
I have some choices on the spec pick. But the story one, it's all one big story. So I'm trying to think of whether there is any one of them has a specific story attached to it. But I'll have to think about that. But that's going to be on Thursday on Gary B's channel, 8 p.m.
Nice.
So if you're not tired of seeing me yet, tune into Gary's channel on Thursday at 8 p.m. to see the 10-1-1, the 2 Cents collection. I don't know what he's going to call it, the 2 Cents collection. And with that, I want to thank Chuck, Mark, and I guess Steve also. Thank you.
All about Adam's
Steve
family.
also. I thank you guys for showing up every month, showing some great books that I think that the people that watch it really like. And thanks for everybody who showed up. And even for Tina, who couldn't show up because she's working, but said hello through Trev. So thank you for showing up. People that see it on the replay, thanks again. We've got a little crawl at the bottom. If you see fit to help us, make some money to give to St. Jude's Hospital and the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, go on the website or just below here in the description. There's a link, and go to the link and join us. It's just $1.99 to become an anachronist. If you want to give up a comic book, it's $3.99 to be a chrononaut and to help out. And we're zeroing in. We just had a $650 in 1 year giveaway for the members, and thanks to some specific gifts and all that, I think that I'm going to make it over 750 by around the third week in July, in which case we'll do another members video and give something else away, and then we'll hold off for 1,000 and see when we get to 1,000. Nice. So it's good. It helps out. And so if you see fit, maybe giving up a comic or a signature, and go ahead and sign up, I would appreciate it. And with that, guys, I just want to say again, thanks to everybody. Thanks for everybody that's been helping out, that's been watching. I just think you guys are all fantastic. And my members, parlo italiano, ma siete tutti meravigliosi, which means you guys are all marvelous. All right, guys, take care. Have a good night.
Night.
Good night.